Hi and welcome to DMA Real Estate's training and development videos. Today's our fourth video. Today we're going to talk about the 4 things that you want to do or think about doing to jumpstart your real estate business. In our first video, we talked about whether real estate would be a great career for you or a good career. The second thing we talked about in our second video was, do you have the attributes to be a great realtor? The third thing that we discussed, the third video, was okay, so you've decided that you want to get into real estate, you're getting your license. Where should you place your license and what broker should you choose? And so now we're going to assume that you've done all that, you've got your license, you've picked your broker, and now you got to sell some real estate. So, what are the first 4 things you should do to help you jumpstart your real estate career? And the first one is build your center of influence. This will be what takes you to the next level. This will be what keeps you going during the tough times. Building your center of influence will be the easiest business that you will get in your real estate career. These are going to be people that you know that will do business with you and transact real estate business with you down the road. You want to go through and put in an organized fashion all the people that you know that might do business with you or will do business with you. Your family, your friends, friends of friends, your barber, your accountant, your auto technician. These are all people that you might be able to do business with down the future. And one of the things that you need to do now is you need to get them now thinking of you as a realtor. I do have also a center of influence builder that gives 144 questions that you can ask yourself that will help you build your database and your center of influence. All you need to do is just shoot me an email, leave a comment below, and I will get this center of influence builder to you. I used this way back in 1993 when I started, and it helped me put together all the people that I knew that I could do business with. I also went through the phone book and helped generate and just log my memory about people that I may know. And I put this in organized fashion. Back then, I would just put it into a Microsoft Word or an Excel spreadsheet. Now you have many contact management systems, CRMs, that you can put all this into a organized fashion. This is extremely important. Anybody I talk to about when they're first getting started in the business, I tell them start putting down in writing all the people that you know that might do business with you in the future. And start doing that now, start putting that together. And then as you start doing more business, you will want to fill this database or the center of influence. This will be the single most important thing, and this will be the #1 source of your business moving forward. And when you look back at the end of your career, your center of influence has the biggest impact on your business. So this is something you don't want to mess around with. You want to do it. You want to ask yourself these different questions and build that center of influence. Number 2, you want to get to belly to belly with as many people as possible. I built my business on open houses, getting in front of people, being able to read them, using my size. I'm 6'4", 250 pounds with a deep voice. I use that to my advantage. I was able to connect with people on a personal level and not necessarily getting them to look at me as a salesperson. And that was one of the best ways that I was able to do business. I also got a lot of listings from open houses where people saw me out there working hard, and as I built my career and I had a name, they were still surprised to see me at an open house when I was doing so much business. But I pretty much do an open house every Sunday. Now with COVID right now, it's very difficult to do that. But once things open back up again and we can get face to face with people, I recommend getting face to face and doing these open houses. There were times in my career when I would do 2 on Sunday and 1 on Saturday. I remember early on in my career, I would do 3 or 4 a weekend, and that was one of my big sources of leads. The other one that I'm going to kind of piggyback on that is do as much floor time as possible. So if your company has an opportunity for you to take spots in slots within the company where you take a 2-hour time frame and buyers and sellers call in and need help, that you get that routed call. That is a great way of getting business when you first get started. I know of one person when I got started that built her total career. And I'm talking about someone that did 50 to 60 deals a year, and she did it all on floor time and converted those and then put them into her CRM and her center of influence and sold them more houses down the road, had them refer her business. But that is one of the great ways of getting business initially because you don't know as many people. So take as much floor time as possible and do as many open houses as possible. The third thing I'm going to go over is network with other realtors. And what I mean with that is we all have different personalities. So we're going to find out what works for us, which may not necessarily work for somebody else. But go through the office, go through other realtors that you know, and look at how they do business. And there's going to be certain realtors that you like how they do business. Ask them out to lunch, ask them out for coffee, pick their brains about things that they did when they first got started. And then there's going to be certain things that you're not going to want to do. I'm not a cold caller, so I would meet people that cold called people into submission, and that's how they did their business. It didn't fit my personality, so I didn't use that. But I would talk to a lot of different realtors and then get information how they did it, and then try to incorporate that into my personality. And that helped me greatly as I progressed as a realtor. The other thing I did was I know that when I first got started, there was one particular realtor that I really liked how she did business. And I knew at times she would come in and make her phone calls sometime between 5 and 7 o'clock or 5 and 8 o'clock in the evening. So I would make sure that I was in my little cubby and I would listen to her talk to her clients. And very elegant woman that spoke extremely well. And I just liked how she did her business. And so I would come in and listen to her talk to her clients, and that helped me tremendously. But that is going to be something that, again, you're going to have to fit different things into your personality, take what works, and discard things that do not work for you. The last thing I'm going to talk about is develop a geographical farm. This is going to be the number one, or I should say the second thing for me. Center of influence was my top way of getting business. My second one was a geographical farm. If you ask me, Dave, what were the two things that you would do differently if you started a business today? The first thing is I would have done it sooner. I started when I was 28 years old. I would have done it in my early 20s. The second thing is I would have started geographically farming immediately. And what geographically farming is taking a certain geographical area. Typically, when you're first getting started, do your neighborhood. If you live in a neighborhood, even if you're renting in a neighborhood or renting in an apartment complex, send out a mailing within the area saying, "Hey, I'm in real estate, and I would love to do business with you." And then the biggest thing with geographical farming is you want to be consistent with it. So you make a 12-month plan. You try to get something out at least once a month, and then as you start listing things, you can send out a just listed postcard. As you start selling things, you can do a just sold postcard. But the thing with geographical farming is you want to do it consistently, and you want to make sure that your brand is being branded consistently. There's something called reticular activating system, RAS. And so what that is when someone is not thinking about buying or selling, and they get a postcard from you or one of these mailings, it's going to typically go into the trash. It's going to get filed in the trash can. But the subconscious is going to take that information in, and they did see it. But at that point, they're not thinking about buying or selling. So let's say you do that 3 or 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, and then on the 8th time it comes across the person's desk. And they just met with their boss that morning and they said, "We're going to be transferring you to Wichita, Kansas. And you need to be out there within 30 days. You need to get your house on the market and stuff like that." Boom, your 8th postcard comes across their desk. They say, "Wow, I've gotten a few postcards from this person. I should call them. They seem to do a lot of business. They live in my neighborhood. I'm gonna give them a call and have them come out and do a market analysis." Now, if you had stopped sending out that postcard after the 3rd or 4th mailing, you wouldn't have gotten that listing. But they were recognizing the information subconsciously, and then when they actually had to, do some real estate transaction, now anything that's related to real estate will come into their cognition, and they will now focus on anything that comes across. So if someone else sends out a mailing and happens to be their first, mailing, that person may get a call. But if you've been doing consistently, you will get that information. Um, Geographical farming is my second biggest success. My center of influence is probably our first, and the people that we know. But if you want to talk about any of these things to help jumpstart your career, shoot us a text. You can shoot us an email. You can leave a comment below. We're here to help you with your real estate business. It's very difficult when you first get started. I know my biggest aha when I first got started was I'd been in the business for about 3 months. I saw a listing that I knew was my godparents' house get listed with another realtor. I saw that. I kind of contacted my godparents and said, "What's going on here? Why didn't you, call me to help you, list this property?" The answer was, "Dave, I totally forgot. I didn't even think about it. You know what? I didn't even remember that you were a realtor." And that was an aha moment for me. I knew at that point what I needed to do was make sure that I let everybody know that I'm a realtor. My previous profession was a shoe salesperson. And what I had to do when I first got started is now I need to let everybody know that I am now a realtor. And you don't want to have that happen where someone that you know very close to you lists their house with somebody else because you did not let them know that you're a realtor or remind them that you're a realtor. That aha moment, I did not make that mistake again. So now I let everybody know I'm a realtor. If you need to buy or sell, give me a holler. So hope you picked something up from our video. Have a great day. And again, if we can help you out in any way, leave us a message below or send us a text or an email, and we'll help you out any way we can. Have a great day. Bye.